Good morning. It's April the 20th, 2018. Can't believe we're on the downside for April. 10 more days. Hard to believe. Time does fly. Hey, we actually have rain in the forecast, moisture, and we desperately need it. We're supposed to start raining tonight and rain all the way through Saturday night, so I hope we get it. We need it. The wheat crop needs it. Hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Also, since the trades have not been executed, the results may have under or overcompensated for the impact of any of certain market factors, such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are also subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profit or losses similar to those shown. Well, I'd like to say the Emini is going to drive today's trading, but we haven't had the bond nor the note impacted by the Emini this week. In fact, the press has said that the bond and the note are what's taking the Emini lower. No news overnight. The Asian market sold. Equity market sold. Europe's market started to sell, then they began their recovery. If there is a recovery or change in market's direction, it usually comes out of Europe. We're looking at a P profile on equities. Our equity markets are pretty close to unchanged from yesterday's close, so equities are set to retest overhead resistance this morning, and they may take it out. When we look at profile, you put it all together, we're dealing with nothing but B's all the way down. Don't have a lot of range to work with. I'm going to do a London split right there. So I have a B, I have a B, I have a B. And everything points to a sell. And obviously the best sell would be at 31. So 27 to 31, sell 1. 3 to 7, sell 2. On the buy side, 20 to 24 is support, so that's buy 1. 13 to 17 is buy 2. I just don't see a big day today without news. I don't know what's going on with the Trump deal and Mueller and all this, Grassley, the Republican Senate. I mean, it doesn't make sense at all. You really have to feel that both the Democrats and Trump and the Republicans in the power positions want Trump gone. So it doesn't make sense. The Republicans have the House, they have the Senate. They give the Democrats everything that they want. They keep this stuff going against Trump, but that's the market that we're in right now. So anything out of the Department of Justice, anything out of the FBI, any salacious, can't reveal a source's name, comments or articles put out there by someone in the opposition, all of it can take the stock market down. The opposite, the converse would be true. So maybe comments out of the administration on Trump, maybe comments out of the administration on the economy. The Fed's Williams speaks at 11:15 today. Will provide the spark, the volatility we need to make the markets move. So it's just, again, there's nothing going on today. So what do we expect out of it? Market probably a trading range. So 27, 31, sell 1. 3 to 7, sell 2. 20 to 24, buy 1. And 13 to 17, buy 2. We live in you really have to be able to look through all the noise and garbage and be able to glean the news and find out what's important and what's not. And we're also put in a position that almost invariably, especially if it's against Trump, the stories aren't true. The truth does come out over 2 to 3 days, but I think that's what makes the profile just so compelling, is that you don't have to know who, you don't have to know why. You can just see that they are buying or selling. And that makes it very, very helpful, or I think so. A 24.28 number 1, 31.03 sell 1, 7 to 11 sell 2. On the buy side, 12 to let's make it 16 to 20 number 1, 9 to 13 buy 1, and 1 to 5 buy 2. Just playing for a trading range. Down bias today. Why a down bias? It's the way the market's moving. And sometimes on days like this, it takes a little bit for the direction to sort out. We know how to let that happen. Okay, in Trump's talks with Japan, I think the only thing that they really totally agreed on is that they need to sit down and work out trade agreements between the two countries, which is, it really makes sense when everybody on the government or administrative side wants these huge supranational agencies to control everything. It empowers the bureaucracy. But each country has its own specific set of needs, its strengths and weaknesses, and it seems to me that you're probably better off making deals country to country as opposed to these great big mega deals that encompass the world that a lot of people don't pay a lot of attention to anyway once they're put into effect. Gold going down. First support's going to be down here at 40, so 39 to 41. Looks like we're trying to sell. Buy 1. 34, 36, buy 2. And we're picking up on our number 2 area over here. And our number 1 area is picking up this support. On the sell side, 46 is the London high, so 45, 47, picking up these points right here, sell 1, 49.51, sell 2. Gold never quite goes as low as we think it should, and when it moves quickly, it's usually to the upside. So there's probably something going on in gold that isn't readily apparent to everybody, including me. Okay, Carney, Bank of England, said that last night in a speech that an interest rate increase in May not be in the cards, and the pound sold, and I believe there's a European session. The euro joined them, so stops below 50 has been done, so we'll make a little bit lower in the day session. We've had a pretty good move from 124 to 23.50, so we'll make a little bit lower, 30 to 40. Buy 1, and 10 to 20 buy 2. 60 to 70 sell 1, 85 to 95 sell 2. Crude oil talk is cheap. Saudi Arabia needs $70 crude oil to get the Aramco deal off. They need to take it higher than that to make it more palatable. He said, well, $80 crude oil is what we'd like. Yeah, if I know OPEC, I'd like $80 crude oil too. Got a B overhead. This combination, we have a B overhead. I'm going to split T back out in the congestion area, leaning B. So if you put all, if we take a look at each of these, seller, seller, looking in the congestion area right here, seller, and the market is selling. So we've got 67.50, 25 by 1, and then 66.75, 67 even by 2. I think we can get stops below 50. After that, I don't know. Every now and then crude will stop in the 55, 58 area and not go any lower than that. 68, 68 and a quarter puts us right into this area right there. Stops above 68, sell 1. 68.50 to 75, sell 2. And we're already through this breakout. This was the last rotate down at 50. We had this breakout up here at 75. So 50 to 75 because of this. And that point could hold. We've got these single prints. Right there's another area that could hold. Right now I think it's trying to trade lower. Would like to get it done, lean against like so 67.98. If we could get that done, would be a pretty good trade, I think. And the Emini, which way is it going to go? Okay, Asia, the Asian session rarely reverses what takes place in the United States. The UK, London time, quite often reverses what takes place in the United States. And so here's London time right there. They came inside of yesterday's lows. So this 80 to 85 area is really very, very good support. We've got that low there. We've got that low right there. We have this low here in London. And you can see the 2700 starting at 98 right here to maybe as high as 03. It's going to be pretty good resistance. Market sold yesterday. We've got rejection below 85. Got a tail down here. We certainly have range extensions. So retest stops above 27, I think, is the play. And looking at that structure and with that kind of logic, so we'll make 86.91 by 1. And then 76.81 by 2. The sell is 99 to 04. That's resistance, sell 1. And then 9 to 14 will be sell 2. Not looking for a big day today. The news, the Fed's William might be the source of news. Hard to say. So not a hell of a lot going on. And that tends to give us lower volatility, compressed ranges. And I think that could be the play today. So I can sell failure to take out and hold 2700. I'm going to try to get long first in anticipation of test of 2700. If we fail to get to 2700 and start lower, the market is weaker than I think it is. And we'll pick it up from there. I'm going to take the bit a bit to get everything up and published. Going to get busy with that. Back with you as soon as possible.